Hi, I'm Joy Houston from thedeliciousrevolution.com. And I wanted to share with you something that I learned when I have been struggling with my food budget. And if you haven't seen the posts on that, go on the YouTube channel or look around here on the posts on the site and check those out. That's a whole nother story. But I wanted to talk to you about almond milk. Now, I do a really simple version of almond milk in my Vitamix using soaked almonds, water, actually about 6 cups of water, because I like my almond milk to be the consistency of like a skim milk. I don't like a really creamy one, but you could use less. So soaked almonds, water, dates, and vanilla. That's it. Those are the ingredients that are in my almond milk. And we make it at our house, you know, maybe we make a batch every other day or sometimes every 2 or 3 days. But while I was on this budget challenge and trying to get our costs down, I ran across a sale at our local Henry's Market. It was like a 2-for-1 sale or something. And they had this Almond Dream milk. And it was, you know, you buy one, you get one free. And so I was trying to do the math in my head and see whether or not it was cheaper. And I thought, well, let me just try it and see if it's worth it. I hadn't had boxed almond milk in, oh my gosh, maybe a year or so. I just been making our own and we all love it, so why would I drink it out of a box, right? So there were a few things about it that I found. One, it completely tastes like the inside of the plastic liner of the box. It's super, I don't want to say gelatinous, but it's definitely highly viscous. Like for me, I thought it was even more viscous than like a whole milk. And also it just had a really false like chemical kind of taste to it. So I just wanted to talk for a second about the advantages and the simplicity of going ahead and making this milk at home. Now, obviously, there's an environmental factor. If you aren't discarding these boxes, which are recyclable, but it does take a lot of energy to put those back into circulation, and they're not 100% recyclable. 100% recyclable meaning a glass bottle melts down and it creates another glass bottle of the equal size. So that's what we consider 100% recyclable. Things like these box containers are less than 30% recyclable, which means that, you know, once you break everything down, you certainly can't make another box of equal size. You don't get anywhere near the return. So they're really not that great for the environment, even though the boxes are recyclable. And the other thing is there's just so many things in there. There's like a gel gum and a little phosphate, and I'm sure all those things are put there to ensure shelf life, so it's definitely for our safety, but they're just adding in elements that we don't need. The other factor that I wanted to cover is that when you do make the almond milk at home, which really is not all that time consuming, and certainly the flavor is worth it, you're left over with this almond meal that can be dried in a dehydrator or even in your oven if you're not concerned about killing the enzymes. If you're not a raw foodist, you can just dry it in your oven and then put it in your food processor and pulse it until it's like a flour. And you can replace flour, like in your chocolate chip cookie recipes, cut out half the flour, which has a ton of gluten and stuff we don't need in it, and replace it with the almond meal. And now you've got more fiber, more vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. And also it gives it a richer flavor, sort of like that, you know, when Mrs. Fields cookies came out, everybody was nuts about those. And she basically took out some of the flour and put in oatmeal that was pulsed in the same way. So again, she's adding a little more richness to the recipe, and she's also adding some nutritional benefits as well. Not that they're great for you. I know everybody out there who's counting calories is saying, ah, she's recommending Mrs. Fields. That's not the point. The point is that when you take out the flour and you add something of a higher nutrient value, even though it's a small dietary change, it's a small step in the right direction. So I just wanted to be a huge stand for everyone to take their time to make fresh almond milk at home and give it a try. All the people who I know who have actually done it and taken the few minutes to give it a try, although most people are hesitant in the beginning, all contact me afterwards and say, I'll never eat almond milk out of a box again. So you might be wondering why I fell for it and bought it. I definitely fell for that 2-for-1 or buy one, get one free sort of sale, but I certainly won't be doing that again. Some things are just not worth it, and this is one of them. This is Joy from thedeliciousrevolution.com. If you have any pointers for using your almond meal that's left over with your almond milk, please put them in the comments box below. I would love to hear from you.